NOG. The only sector where I see good setups is the oil and gas, like NOG, really beautiful setup. MRO, beautiful setup. And there are more. There are many. XOP, the ETF, beautiful setup. I took a loss on it yesterday. It failed the breakout, but it's an even better setup now. Gush, which is a triple ETF, also looks really good. But that's really pretty much the only sector where I'm seeing setups. But I am excited about QS. I think QS could easily bounce back to the 70s. I think it could make a 40-50% move from here, potentially. So that is one thing I am a bit excited about. That's one mean reversion trade I am excited about. Yeah, Mara I sold several days ago. I sold it last week. Yeah, I sold it when it closed below the Fubo lost opening range highs. This is what happens when these mean reversion plays gap up or gap down hard. That's the risk. This is why you don't want this, like something like this to gap up. You want it to open, up red or, as close to break even as possible. And now all the gap up chases are getting fucked. Is no mean reversion setup? Absolutely not. You need powerful moves, okay? I'm gonna show what types of stocks are mean reversion stocks, okay? Look at this laser, okay? It was down 52% in what, a week? And then it had bounced 75%, okay? Let's look at something like QS, so QS, okay? This thing was down 57% in 4 sessions, okay? Fubo, okay? This thing was down 62% in, 5-6 sessions, okay? Those are mean reversion candidates. Something like Snow, it's down 21%, 22% in 2 weeks? That's not a candidate for a mean reversion, okay? It's not. You have no edge. You need big moves. So now Bingo is bouncing back too. It's not giving this Fubo, and that's what happens when these mean reversion plays like gap up or gap down big. It's gonna be incredibly hard to trade them. Incredibly hard. Could Fubo have continued straight up and gone up to 35-40? Yes. Could Bingo gone straight down towards sub 4? Yes, but the odds, it's all about the odds. And the odds of success do decrease significantly when you get these big gaps on these mean reversion candidates. So QS bounced perfectly off the VWAP test and also the green to red area. ETFs, XOP, it's just straight up. Look at how beautiful this thing is. This XOP. Look how beautiful. Oh, it's an oil gas ETF. Like pretty much every oil stock looks like this right now. It had a big move back in November to early December. Big orderly move. It was surfing the 10-day. Orderly pullback, found support around the 20-day, started building higher lows and built the range, got tighter, and now it has a breakout. You have a big orderly move, orderly pullback, the range gets tighter, and then you have breakout. This is what a 5-star setup looks like. A lot of oil stocks look exactly like this right now. Like stuff like MRO, ERX is another oil gas ETF, looks the same. HAL, Oxy, like this. There's a lot of these. Those are like 4 and 5-star setups. How many stars was the Silo setup today? Today it's maybe 3 stars. Back here it was 5 stars. Back here when I bought it was 5 stars. RMO, yes, RMO was a 5-star mean reversion setup. So it was down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Was down 52% from the highs. Yeah, 5-star, 5-star. Opening range highs was the entry. Yep. Really, this one I didn't even look at because it's too liquid for me personally. But yeah, 5-star. Yes. 5-star mean reversion play. It's the same principle on this longs and shorts. Something that's up a lot in if something is up a lot like 3, 4, 5 days in a row, it's not gonna keep on going up forever. And the same thing with these things that make big moves and then have these big moves down. Like there's a good probability they will bounce. They don't have to. That's why you wait for these perfect setups where you have a good risk reward. If you're wrong, you only lose a little. You trail your mean reversion trades. You can use like, yeah, well, you have to like cover into weakness, short, sell into strength. That's what you have to do, and then it just slowly move your stop up. I don't really use any of these moving averages that much. My first partial sell, I already sold a little bit because I'm up like 10% from entry. That's a big move. That's a big move in like 20-30 minutes. And even if it bounces, say 50%, 10% is 1/5 of the expected move. So you have to sell accordingly. It's a big move. There's no mean reversion trades. There is no 3-day, there is no such thing as sell a third to half after 3 to 5 days and then move your stop to break even, because the move is going to be over in the next 3 to 5 days, usually. So you got to sell, when you get these big pops. ARK, yes. ARKK and ARKG could both be long candidates. I'm short ARKG right now, but it's still building higher lows, and it's not breaking down. So, if it stops me out, it stops me out, and I may even go long, like I said yesterday. I have no, I follow price action. That's how I made 870% last year. SSPK, what's this? Yeah, looks good. I have an alert set on this. A weed-related stock. NNDM, I don't see a setup here. I don't see a setup. Maybe next week or later this week if it develops a setup. Right now it's in the middle of nowhere. No, I don't see an edge. Is Dada a good setup? It's not really my type of setup, but it could work. It could work. It had a nice big move, pulled back. Not really an orderly pullback, but it's one type of setup, like range expansion, but not my type of setup. ONCT, it's just a random pump stock. I don't really like this. We are not in the predictions business. We are in the listening business. Our job is not to predict. Our job is to listen. Wow, Mara is coming back up. Hopefully, we can have at least one tight day and then break out of this high 12 range. Pinterest off the 50. Yeah, you know what? Pinterest could be a good setup in a few days. It could be a very good setup in a few days. I'm gonna start tracking it. Looks very interesting. What's Snapchat doing? This one too could be a really good setup in the next few days. The 50-day can catch up a little. I'm starting to see some more positive signs in the markets actually. THC. Yeah, decent looking stock. More setup. Decent looking setup. Twitter. Yeah, it's such a slow mover, but it's, you know what, it is intriguing. It is intriguing. If it can close like this, it could be intriguing setup for tomorrow, potentially. Fiverr. Yeah, if it can tighten up a few more days, yeah, it's gonna be an amazing setup. If it can tighten up at least 1 or 2 more days. AKT, yeah, it's starting to, yeah, maybe tomorrow. NOG, yeah, beautiful. This is a 5-star setup. I mean, this is just so beautiful, so beautiful. And NOG too. No, not NOG, MRO, yeah. MRO, CLNE. Well, CLNE wasn't 5-star maybe, but it's an okay one. It's a very fast mover. PLG is another one of these platinum names, right? Oh my god, this is a beautiful setup. Yeah, wow. Yep. Well, it's already long down now, but it's, this thing is too thin for me. But yeah, beautiful setup. If you got it opening range highs, good job. This is, yeah, wow, yeah, amazing setup. Had a clean move up. It was surfing the 10-day, went sideways, had an orderly pullback, found support on the 20-day. Look at this thing. Every time he tried to get it below the 20, look at what happened. He pulled these wicks here, built higher lows, then it got tight at this range, and now it's breaking out. This is, oh my god, it's such a beautiful setup. Guys, if you can't identify these things beforehand, you have some work to do. You need to be, like this thing, opening range highs. That was the entry. Do not chase it here. That's a beautiful one. SIG. It's a bit slower type of stock. I don't like it. If it tightens up a few days, maybe, but right, it's kind of a choppy one. It's a slower mover. Lazy. No, it's a very choppy one. No, avoid this one. I don't see anything there. It's a trendless stock. It's all over the place. There's no clean range or anything. Avoid this one. What's laser? Oh, this one is fading. SP. Where you should have bought it? MWK. Maybe in a few days. It needs to go sideways a bit more, I think. Tiger. It needs a setup. It needs a setup. It's a right sector. Same thing like Futu. It's like China brokerages. Oh my god, this thing. I wish I still had those $32 shares. Oh my god. Amba? Yeah, this is actually starting to set up. Ideally, it goes sideways a few more days. Actually, a pretty good one. I like it. I remember when this thing made a big move back in 2017 or 2016 maybe. No, 2015. Yeah, 2015. Yeah. What am I looking at on the 60-minute on Bingo? It's breaking down. So it gapped down. So this is, it was up what? 1100% in a week or so, a little bit more than a week. So now we know it's not gonna keep going up forever because no stock does. It could, and it's getting really stretched from the moving averages. Like even with this gap down, it's down 32% since yesterday's close, but it's still has 55% to fall to get to the 10-day. Okay, so it still has a lot of downside. So what I just want is have a low risk setup on the intraday. Okay, and due to this gap down, I didn't want to do it on the opening range lows because I knew there's a good chance it will snap back, which it did, right? If you had shorted the opening range lows, you would have taken a loss on it. So I just waited it for this thing to bounce and for the bounce to end. And now it's, been building lower highs for like an hour now. That's what I'm looking for. Low risk entries. Low risk, high probability entries. Why put the stop at 543? Because now, if you look at the 60-minute, the 10 EMA is now turning down, okay? If it reclaims the 10 EMA, I don't want to be in it. So 543 is a good level. It doesn't have to be exactly 5. You can put it at 540, 550. You can use the highs of the day. It doesn't matter. But obviously, the wider you put it, the worse your risk reward is going to be. So far, I got filled on less than 10% of the shares I wanted, like 5%. So, I hope it bounces back to 5+, so I can get filled on more. OVV. Yeah, it's another oil gas name, but this thing triggered yesterday. Some of the oil names, they broke out yesterday, and they're having followed through today. So, yesterday this thing was a 5-star setup, But you guys already know that. It's not my first post. I have several posts on my blog. Palantir? Well, there's nothing here. It's just a random. It's just in the middle of nowhere. I don't see anything here. Don't see anything there. Illumina. Okay, so first problem about ADR is 2.4. Okay, so you shouldn't even get this thing on your scans. But the setup itself, it's an okay one, but it's the wrong type of stock. You need to trade the right types of stocks. You need to trade fast-moving stocks. If you want to have really good returns, you need to be in the fast-moving stocks.